Every man, at least once in a lifetime, wants to see the world. Not that world that is behind the car window, but the sanctuary, unexplored one. World where transparent crystal rivers flow, where the wind is fresh up to sharpness, where there are only wild animals, trails on the paths, where the mountains uplift and only experienced guide will show the way among the rocks. There are still such corners on our Earth, and one of them is the Altay Mountains. Here, the borders of Russia, China, Mongolia and Kazakhstan come together. It is the highest mountain range in Siberia. Here, perpetual snows cover mountain peaks. Here, crystal mountain rivers have their source. Here, the wind full of cedarn peach smell flies. Here lives ancient legends where the history of the Earth civilization is hidden. There is a lot of water in Altay. The water in Altay could be different. It could be crystal clear, jolly, naughty. It could play with the splashes on the sun and quench one's thirst. When you pass through the taiga boreal forest, you come across many creeks and rivulets. They flow down from the surrounding mountains and run into powerful rivers with furiously roaring flow. The power of water amazes. The water in Akkem and Kucherla rivers is of a milky white color. Glaciers feed them. There are a lot of mineral particles in the water. The water in Altay can be persistent and achieving, carving its way through mountain rocks for hundreds of years, making its path anyway. Water can be powerful and tameless when merging into wild streams in trance in the riverbeds and plays with enormous stone boulders. Water can be incredibly beautiful. As you watch it, your breath is taken away and you realize that you haven't ever been to such places. There is a legend in Altay. On the white mountain lives a swan goddess. She is as shiny as mountain snows and as beautiful as a sunrise. Her spread white wings cover all the Altay mountains. White water, laving the black stones of earth's sufferings, flows from her feathers. As the goddess sank the tips of her swan wings into the lakes beside the white mountain, the water turned into a milky white color, the color of swan wings. The milky white water marks special places on earth. The water itself and the white clay are holy and healing. The Altai waters carefully feed every living thing. Water is life. At 2,200 meters above sea level altitude, Д-Арт Lake lies under the endless blue sky in the mountain hands. Translated, its name means beautiful. Powder blue lake, fed with mountain snows, lying in a mountain bowl, bestows unique harmony and sense of peace. To see it from here, you have to make your way through the wild taiga for 2 days, always ascending. But it is worth it. When you come to the lake, the beauty of the place takes your breath away and tears come to your eyes. Д-Арт Lake is a nature's workshop, a reserve of beauty. The Altai Mountains are the peak of spirit. Many strive to them even without understanding what draws them up. The Altai Mountains are wise. They stand for millions of years, absorbing centuries and world fortunes, and suddenly cheer traveler when a valley full of bright flowers suddenly appear among the cold fog. Looks like mountain spirits have collected all earthy colors and carefully protect them from the snow. It snows here, even in July. In severe conditions of high mountains, they go on blooming, giving us an example of persistent striving to life. Thousands of rare plants surround Beluga, and one cannot find them anywhere else in the world. Mountains demand respect. Mountains demand persistence. To the one who can leave his negative thoughts at the bottom, mountains will show their severe beauty. The Karaturek Pass provides a view on Akem Lake Valley, Akem River, and Beluga Mountain. Beluga is a sacred mount of Altai. For every Altayan, it's not just an accumulation of stones. According to the legend, deities, patrons of this area, live on Beluga. When we prepared our shooting equipment, a window opened in the clouds that allowed us to see the mountain peak. The window remained open until we had finished the shooting. Beluga has two peaks, east and west ones. East one is higher, with an altitude of 2,506 meters. According to the legend, Beluga Mountain is the patronymic of the whole white race. When our ancestors came to this planet, white water gave color to our skin, feeding us with celestial milk. In the 17th century, the rational believers were searching here for mystical country of Belavodia, also known as Northern Shambhala. Legends still live about meetings in the mountains with mystical people of an unusual look. However, ancient stones keep their secret safely. The only way to travel in this area is by horse or helicopter. Beluga Glacier feeds the upper Akem Lake from where water flows down and forms Akem Lake. On its banks stand one of the old meteorological stations of Altai. The Archangel Michael Chapel, standing at Upper Akem Lake, was built for the memory of those who failed to return from the mountains. 2 kilometers long Akem wall of Beluga vertically goes to the glacier that feeds Akem Lake and Akem River. When it's time to go back and the White Mountain falls behind, you realize that you left part of your heart there, at the White Lake, at the bottom of the White Mountain. The Okok table lies on the borders of Russia, China, Mongolia and Kazakhstan. It is situated at the altitude of 2,500 meters and is surrounded by the mountains. The highest mountain, Nairamdal, is 4,374 meters above the sea level. A lot of evidences of ancient people living there remain at Okok. Okok is a reserve of silence. Only cranes shouts and wind blow disturb it. At Okok, rush goes out, thoughts calm down, and a soul opens to harmony. Wind is an absolute master here. It plays with the clouds, originating unusual forms. There are many lakes in Okok. Water there is totally diverse, ranging from crystal clear to yellow, the color of clay. Lots of rivers and streams flowing down from the surrounding mountains feed them. The wind brings fogs in and out, and when it falls asleep, the mirror-like surface of lakes reflects the surrounding mountains. Ancient burial mounds and standing stones called menhirs preserve serenity of these places. Here the Ice Princess was found, who, according to the local legends, was priestess of a very high hierarchy who closed the path of our world from the powers of darkness. And the locals still bring offerings to the stone throne. There is a severe climate at Okok Plateau, and flowers hurry to make one happy with their beauty during the short summer. Marmots and ground squirrels also hurry to Lake Nestok for a long snowy winter. Closer to the peaks, their perpetual snows are unbearably shining. There is a magnificent view upon the South Katun Range from the top. A glacier lies on Tabin-Pagdo-Ola slopes. For many centuries, it has absorbed meteoric dust and memory of millenniums. A legend says that there was the white island amid the sea in high antiquity, where the wise from Himalayas lived. On summer nights, temperature falls down to -10 degrees Celsius and freeze mountain streams. But the sun rises and water again runs to the valley to fill rivers and lakes. From the ancient times, this sanctuary land has considered to be sacred. According to the legends, the Ukok holds the gates to the fields of heaven, where a soul goes after death. Before death, noble Scythians ask their attendants to take them to the White Mountain and the fields of heaven. According to the beliefs of ancient Aryans, the one who ends his life in such place gets to heaven at once. The Fields of Heaven is one of the most sanctuary jewels of Altai. According to the legends, long ago, Ukok was a mystical teaching center for high sacrifices of the whole planet. Earthquakes and avalanches destroyed great cities. But if Ukok mysteries will be open to people once, a lot will be rewritten in the history of human civilization. When sun is above the horizon, its rays paint mountains and clouds in inconceivable colors that one can see only here, at the mystical and beautiful Ukok Plateau, the memory storage of the planet.